And here's just a little bit about Ram Dass from Wikipedia. Ram Dass, born Richard Alpert, April 6, 1931, is an American spiritual teacher and the author of the seminal 1971 book Be Here Now. He is known for his personal and professional associations with Timothy Leary at Harvard University in the early 60s, for his travels to India and his relationship with the Hindu guru Nimkarali Baba, and for founding the charitable organizations Siva Foundation and Hanuman Foundation. He continues to teach via his website. I know he's had some health problems in the last few years, but he's still going strong. And Neem Karli Baba, I believe, died in 71, if I'm not mistaken, 71, 73. And I still think he's very much around, though. I've had some experiences with him, and just like some other great masters and teachers, I think he's still making a big impression on the world. So I'm going to try not to put myself in the shots, because I have enough trouble with my ego as it is at times, and I just feel it would be best to just get this information out there. I might end up just taking a picture of the page itself and seeing if I can just go over it with my voice, just reading it. That would be best if I can figure out how to do it. So let's try this out. Cookbook for a Sacred Life, dedicated to those who wish to get on with it. Introduction. We offer this book with humility and a compassionate awareness of our own predicament and yours. We are all on the journey towards enlightenment, and at each stage must share what has been discovered with those who will listen. The sharing is part of the work. The listening is part of the work. We are all on the path. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. That was by Lao Tzu. But where do we begin? The answer is simple. You begin just where you are. If thou but settest foot on this path, thou shalt see it everywhere. Hermes Trismegistus. Then you become aware of the inevitable process of the evolution of consciousness. That daily, slowly, the cloud of illusion becomes thinner and thinner, until at last there is light. This manual concerns no more or no less than the living of daily life. At first you do sadhana, work on the spiritual path within certain time and space boundaries, such as going to church on Sunday mornings, or getting high on Saturday nights, or meditating each morning. Eventually it turns out that sadhana is everything you do. Warning. If you don't have room in your living room for an elephant, don't make friends with an elephant trainer. That was from a Sufi mystic. This manual contains a wide variety of techniques. Everyone's needs are different, and everyone is at a different stage along the path. But as with any recipe book, you choose what suits you. If you listen to your own inner voice, it will tell you where you are now and which method will work best for you in your evolution towards the light. Quote, may the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way home. The Incredible String Band. Readiness, potent quotes. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Ecclesiastes, from the Bible. Who hath ears, let him hear. Jesus. Dislodging a nut from a shell is almost impossible. Dislodging a green nut from a shell is almost impossible, but let it dry and the lightest tap will do it. Ramakrishna. Is it then not a mistake to precipitate the time of awakening? He himself has given the answer. He wants to know. As to the rest of the way, not the greatest master can go even one step for his disciple, In himself he must experience each stage of developing consciousness. Therefore he will know nothing for which he is not ripe. De la Buse. Forgive my pronunciation too, I'm sure I'm not going to get everything right. You can't teach a hunter it is wrong to kill. Hari Das Baba. I found that the chief difficulty for most people was to realize that they had really heard new things. That is, things they had never heard before. They kept translating what they had heard into their habitual language. They had ceased to hope and believe there might be anything new. It's from Ouspensky. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolish unto him. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. Paul of Tarsus. If he wants to work on himself, he must destroy his peace. To have them both is in no way possible. A man must make a choice, but when choosing, the result is very often deceit. That is to say, a man tries to deceive himself. In words he chooses work, but in reality he does not want to lose his peace. Such submission is the most difficult thing there can be for a man who thinks that he is capable of deciding anything. That's another one from Ouspensky. I wish I could join the solitaries instead of being superior and having to write books, but I don't wish to have what I wish for, of course. Abbot John Chapman. It can be said that there is one general rule for everybody. In order to approach this system seriously, people must be disappointed. First of all, in themselves, that is to say, in their powers, and secondly, in the old ways. A man, if he is a scientist, should be disappointed in his science. If he is a religious man, he should be disappointed in his religion. If he is a politician, he should be disappointed in philosophy. If he is a theosophist, he should be disappointed in theosophy. If he is an occultist, he should be disappointed in occultism, and so on. Gurdjieff by Ouspensky. It is time now for us to rise from sleep. Saint Benedict. The eternal world, or the external life, is not a valley of suffering for those who enjoy it, but only for those who know of a higher life. The animal enjoys animal life, the intellect the intellectual realm, but he who has entered into regeneration recognizes his terrestrial existence as a burden and prison. With this recognition, he takes upon himself the cross of Christ. Jacob Boehme. Most truly I say unto you, unless anyone is born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God. Unless anyone is born from water and spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of God. What has been born from the flesh is flesh, and what has been born from the spirit is spirit. Jesus. We are born into the world of nature. Our second birth is into the world of spirit. From the Bhagavad Gita. Except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. Jesus. I have brought you this far, and I have been your leader. Right here I take off the cap of authority, which was a crown of thorns for the person I remember myself to be. Far within me, where the memory of what I am is still unclouded, a little child is waking up and making an old man's mask weep. A little child looking for mother and father, looking for you for protection and help. Protection from his pleasures and his dreams, and help in order to become what he is without imitating anyone. Damal. But I had seen myself, that is, I had seen things in myself that I had never seen before. There could be no doubt about it, and although I afterward became the same thing as I had been before, I could not help knowing that this had been, and I could forget nothing. Ouspensky. As soon as a man is fully disposed to be alone with God, he is alone with God no matter where he may be, in the country, the monastery, the woods, or the city. The lightning flashes from east to west, illuminating the whole horizon and striking where it pleases, and at the same instant the infinite liberty of God flashes in the depths of that man's soul, and he is illumined. At that moment he sees that though he seems to be in the middle of his journey, he has already arrived at the end, for the life of grace on earth is the beginning of the life of glory. Although he is a traveler in time, he has opened his eyes for a moment in eternity. Merton. Ask, and it shall be given to you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. For every one that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be opened. Jesus. And that's it for readiness.